So welcome back to Be My Guest, and we are still with Mr. Richard Emden, the creative director of Emden brand. So we have learned a lot, on the product concept, your inspiration. However, I'm still wondering of why did you move to Thailand?
Okay, it's an old classic story. I fell in love here with a Chinese girl called Lucy, who's now my wife. And that is pretty much the forefront of why I came here to start with. And then living here for a little while. I mean, I don't live here permanently. It's one of my homes in the world, if you like. I travel around a lot. But my wife lives here. And in China. So being here for me to start with was love, and then afterwards seeing what Thailand can bring to the brand and seeing what it had to offer was a very interesting prospect.
Okay.
A very interesting thing for me.
And if we compare Thailand with other, Asian continent countries, so what are the opportunities or the gap or the chance in making a business here?
Well, I see it as a whole new, fresh thing, a fresh beginning, a fresh lease of life. For anybody that comes to Thailand. It's an amazing country. It really is. It's full of opportunity.
Wow. Okay, I see. What about your future plan here? Is there any future plans? No matter in Thailand or in international countries.
Sure. In Thailand itself, we are in the process of looking for other shops to open in other department stores and boutique areas, and also through the hotels, which have a fantastic turnover of international customers and local customers as well. So to have awareness in these key areas would be fantastic for us.
Okay, and in order to choose, the locations in which you are going to launch your shops here in Thailand.
Yes.
So what should be the considerations at first, in order to choose here or there?
Well, for example, obviously you have to have an area that has foot flow, that has people that visit. It's the obvious thing. You don't want to be standing in a department store with no traffic.
I see.
So you target where the customer would be, obviously, and grow from there. And I think that there's many department stores here that we will slowly grow into over time.
And from your perspectives as a foreign entrepreneur in Thailand, what do you see as the opportunity? I'm not talking about Bangkok, but maybe other provinces in Thailand.
Well, okay. For me, don't tell Europe, but for me, I feel Europe is kind of, I don't know. It's kind of a little bit flat right now. As much as I love London and I love traveling and so on, like I said before, in Asia for me it's a very inspirational place at the moment, and it's growing fast, and I would like to be a part of that.
I see. Okay. What about other countries in Asia?
Well, we are looking through Singapore and through China and in KL as well. We have the shop in KL, but there's also other opportunities. To slowly spread our wings.
I see. As your target customers, or your current customers, they are living in many countries, in Asia. Is there any preferences, which are different in their desire?
I think at the bottom line for anybody, if you create something that is beautiful, somebody's going to want it. That's my theory. If you create something that has a lot of interesting aspects to it, some beautiful colors, some textures, something a little bit different, you will attract people that would want it.
And from your experiences, what are their lifestyles of your target customers?
I mean, so many different, but through my experiences, people with kind of like a little bit of like finger on the pulse for fashion, kind of fashionistas, people that are creative, that appreciate something that is not quite the norm, not quite mainstream, something a little bit different. These are our target audience.
Okay. What about as you are working, in a country that is not your hometown. You know, you come from the Western world. However, you are working with lots of Asian. So could you share some of your experiences in terms of maybe culture or intercultural communication?
Sure.
You know, when we work with them, because this is a very interesting point in doing business in Thailand or in Asia.
Yes, yeah. Well, I find the big difference is time. Time is very different here. It's like in international waters, they're driven in a different way. Here, driven in a positive way, in a very calm and placid way, very nice. Get the job done. Amazing attention to detail. But you know, the ultimate goal is always the same, always to finish up at the same point. You know, but you know, the time factor is different, which people sometimes don't understand. But if you understand a culture, if you understand the people from Thailand, then this is a good thing. You know, it's a positive thing.
I see. So what do you see, you know, Emden in the next 5 or 10 years?
Oh, growing big. Yeah, slowly, but yeah, growing big. Yeah, like I said, through Asia at first, and then hopefully Europe can pick up the pace a little bit, and we'll, you know, possibly go back to Europe and see how things are going there. Okay. But at the moment, very much through Asia is for Emden.
I see, okay. Could you share some of your opinions? Because when we mention London, Paris or Milan, there are cities of fashion in the eyes of Asians. However, you trend to say in a different way or aspects here. Could you share that experience?
Well, I absolutely love Paris. I love London. You know, there's no two ways about it. They are incredible, multifaceted cities. They're beautiful, you know. But every culture, you know, in the fashion industry, pulls off of the bigger communities like Paris or London or New York or Milan. But for me, it's very interesting to see a culture like Thailand, how it interacts with pulling this energy from them. You know, how it grows as a place in the industry, and how it becomes its good spot, you know, in the industry. It's very interesting to see how Thailand does this, you know. But I'm not saying that one is better than the other. They're not at all. It's everybody is equal, but I'm seeing that I want to spend more time in Asia right now.
Okay.
You know?
So from what we talk and, you know, from what you mentioned so far, you know, has shown your passion, you know, in Asians and then in the Oriental cultures here. However, in doing businesses, you know, everyone must face the challenges and difficulties. So what about yours?
Well, obviously having a company obviously has many challenges and many difficulties, and I'll be honest, it has been a big roller coaster ride from the start to now. But now it's very comfortable. It's a very nice space that we're in at the moment, a very progressive space, and yeah, I mean, like in the past, it has been turbulent. You know, finding different in Europe, finding the correct leathers to use, the correct exotic skins, because everything that I have is shipped from Europe.
I see.
All the exotic leathers and lambs and snakes and pythons and cobras and things like that is all shipped in. But they're more the challenges to find the correct people to build the brand, you know, to the materials and you know, how does it work? How do you connect all these people to make a brand strong, you know? And it's only at that point when you connect all these people, that's when you can go, boom, oh, okay, now this is enjoyable. This is obviously always enjoyable, but more enjoyable right now.
Is there any suggestions, you know, to match your customers' needs with a very good quality of Emden products?
Any suggestions? What do you mean by?
Yeah, the suggestions, because you mentioned that it's quite difficult to match customers' needs.
Oh,
So what
right.
customers need with
Yeah.
your product, you know?
Sure, sure. Well, this is why we have the two different collections, the exotic collection and the classic collection. So the exotic collection caters for a customer that wants something more expensive in their life, and the more classic collection, also something a little bit expensive, but very affordable. Like I said, affordable luxury. And with the exotic skins, you'd have the crocodile and the cobra, and the lavish, the lamb skins, and for the more classic, you have more tailored, more simple designs with much calmer tones to them.
Wow, but everything takes time. So
Everything's
from the success that you have been building now.
That's right, and everything here is handmade.
Okay.
Many brands, many machines, and this and that. Everything is hand cut. Everything is handmade. Everything is hand put together. It's something that we pride ourselves on here. Handcrafted.
I see. Okay. So thank you very much for your time today. But however, you're still with me now because you're going to take me, and take us to check out the actual stores and also your flagship stores, and we will see really soon how Emden collections are like. So Emden best captured the strength of women's inner beauty in every product, and undeniably it fits what women are seeking for in all occasions. Do check out all collections and be one of its fans by visiting its flagship stores at Gason Plaza in Bangkok. For now, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you very much for watching Be My Guest. I'm Saroj Adamong Tuisak. สวัสดีค่ะ